The XDM server is delivered with a robust and modular diagnostics capabilities. As the IT professional that manages the XDM server, you have the option to use each one of the diagnostic utilities in order to monitor the server. Moreover, the Diagnostic Dashboard utility provides a user-friendly web interface which consolidates the information from the diagnostic command line utilities into nice graphical presentation. You can run the Diagnostic Dashboard utility locally on the XDM server host machine from a command line, or by using a shortcut menu, and it will launch the default browser to show the information. This utility consolidates the information gathered by other diagnostics utilities and visually presents all the information on a web page to make it easier for you to understand the state of the XDM server. Use the navigation bar of the Diagnostic Dashboard to switch between the different tabs. While on the right, you have additional menu items. Just below the top menu bar, there is a Server Actions area, which you can hide or choose to present. Notification about the server status appear in the Actions bar. The Home tab presents summary information of the XDM server status, the configuration, events, and the events timeline. Under Diagnostics Checks, problems identified will be indicated with a warning or an error icon. In addition, you will get a link for more detailed information, while for error, you will get a link to run the Diagnostic Troubleshooter directly from the dashboard. Also, the homepage presents general XDM server information and a link to the active information. Here you can see the URL and the ports that clients should use to remotely connect to the XDM server. Under the XDM server events, you get a list of all the recent server events filtered by time. Scrolling down, you get more or less the same information but presented on a timeline graph. The timeline graph is better used to understand the sequence of events grouped by the utilities, the MGC/MDS events, and the alerts triggers, as well as when the alert resolved. On the Dashboard tab, each widget is dedicated to a specific module. You can drag and drop widgets to change the location and use the widget settings to turn on or off their visibility on a page. Most widgets have an option to refresh and an option to expand and view more detailed information. Here, you get a detailed list of the server's status. While also here, you get the status of the environment and all the resources that the XDM server is configured with. The Uptime utility provides statistics about the processes of the XDM server with an embedded help about each metrics. Let's have a closer look at the log scanner. The information is filtered by time, since a specific event, or based on free text search. The errors identified are grouped by the log file and as a counter of their number of appearance within the log file. With a simple click, you can expand the widget and see all the errors, an option to search, and even open the log file directly from here. The Backup and Restore widgets present the status of the latest backup and restore operations. The Security tab has the following widgets. The XDM server SSL information will provide diagnostics about the certificate being used, such as the expiration date and the root certificate. In a similar way, the LDAP and SMTP widgets will present relevant certificate information. The Performance tab has the XDM server Resource Threshold widget with metrics about the database connection and the memory in use. It will give a warning and an error indication based on the values measured. The other widget monitors the messaging module, and also here you can expand the view to see more detailed information. I'd like now to review the options on the menu. A very useful feature is the option to collect all the logs. By default, sensitive information such as IP, ports, FQDN will be masked and replaced with a generic label. Under Diagnostics Settings, you can choose to automatically download the latest diagnostics data from Mentor SupportNet every time that you run the Diag troubleshooter. You can also define the port of the Diagnostic Dashboard and also check its availability. It is highly recommended to define the alert SMTP. Define the SMTP server and the port, as well as the sender and the receiver's email that the Alert Monitor utility will use for sending emails. Lastly, under the alert settings, you have the option to activate or disable each alert and define the time interval for the alert to run. Remember to save your settings. As soon as you finish deploying the XDM server, an Alert Monitor utility will be running in the background and will constantly monitor your system. Whenever the Alert Monitor observes conditions that might impact your active XDM server, it will log them. You will receive an alert email with information about the problem detected so that you can take actions in order to fix the problem, sometimes even before your XDM server or your clients will be affected. In this session, we demonstrated the Diagnostics Dashboard utility. The visualization of the dashboard is its greatest advantage, as we saw in the XDM server timeline graph. We reviewed many metrics and capabilities that are presented in the dashboard, such as server performance metrics and the Alert Monitor settings. We demonstrated that you can launch several server actions directly from the Diagnostic Dashboard, and those will be available for you based on the state of the XDM server.